Okay, now what is research? It's the exact same thing that we just looked at in the previous video. It's the systematic process of collecting, evaluating, classifying, and analyzing data. Systematic process, the key word we talked about. Its goal is to interpret these findings, discover reliable solutions, and in social research, this might be important. Population or universe refers to the entire group of units that share common characteristics within the researcher's area of interest. If I were conducting a research on humans, my population would be around 9 billion because it would encapsulate all humans. If I was making a research on females, then my population would be around, I don't know, 6 billion. I'm not really sure of the ratio between males and females in the world. Now, let's check out the dimensions of social research. It's not only social research, but actually, we use these in normal research as well. Now, there is theoretical research and there is applied research. Now, the difference between these is theoretical research is for the nerds. It's for the scientific community. It aims to advance fundamental knowledge, tests its assumptions based on theories. But applied research is the research that's actually functional and important, in my opinion, because it offers practical solutions to immediate concrete problems applied. Yeah? Now, there are different time dimensions that we use in researches. The first one is the short term research. Basically, you take a snapshot of the current status of whatever you're trying to see. It's done in a limited period on a specific population segment, whereas long term research is repeated observations over a longer period. It tracks changes, continuity, and development over time. For example, I take a child, I measure him when he's 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 70. Yeah, there's a gap. Now, if we check them out by purpose, the first one we got is descriptive research. It determines the current state of phenomena and identifies how frequently characteristics occur. And it's a foundational step in the research process. What does this mean? Uh, it also uses statistical elements like mean, median, It's like the first step in actually doing research. Whereas explanatory research just tries to go deeper into your findings in the previous descriptive research. It seeks to actually analyze what your data means because in descriptive research, you found out a bunch of data points, you figured some stuff out, but then you want to dive deeper into those. Then you go into explanatory research and investigate and reveal relationships between phenomena or variables like, what was it? Correlation and stuff. Now, hypothesis testing research is basically the favorite of the scientific community because you actually go and test the hypotheses that people build. You strive to create a theory, the thing that we talked about in the last video. Now, when we sort by data collection techniques, we can see quantitative and qualitative research. Quantitative is basically nerd stuff. You go math, statistics, numerical data. How much, how many, how often. Experimental research, surveys, non reactive stuff. But in qualitative research, you go and you interview people, you talk to the humans, if you're doing a research on cats, you sit down with a cat and do stuff with it, just talk to it, maybe give him a survey. It's unstructured textual data. It has subjective interpretation because it's not maths. This is more often used in the social sciences, the thing that we are actually studying. When we check out the essential characteristics of scientific research, what is a good study? As we talked before, objective, valid and reliable, systematic process. It's original because if you do something that has been done before, it doesn't really contribute much to the social field, does it? You're just trying to repeat you're just trying to repeat something that someone else has already done. How is that beneficial to anyone? And it needs to be feasible and ethical as well. This is new. This wasn't mentioned in the previous slides. By feasible, it means that your research must be actually plausible to do within a lifetime with the current methodology that we have. And it needs to be ethical, so no experimenting on dogs or humans without their consent. Ah. So when we check out the stages of the research progress process, we have six main steps. The first one is determining the topic, find out what you're going to talk about. The second one is your preliminary information gathering. You try to see if there's enough data or sources to make the study feasible. We're trying to see the feasibility of our study. Now, in the third step, we formulate assumptions and models. We define the theoretical framework, hypotheses, and chosen approach. It's basically saying, okay, I can do this research by doing this, and this, and I think some gonna happen like this. You throw out your ideas into the open. And then you prepare the research plan. You create the skeleton of the study by outlining how it will be conducted and what techniques will be used. This is more like a brainstorming step, whereas this is like more concrete, I guess. And in number five, you go into the actual guts of the study and actually do the study. You collect data, you test stuff, and empirically test stuff. Yeah, empirical. It's an important keyword as well. And then at number six, you analyze the data that you've collected and you interpret what it means. And you connect the results back to the initial theoretical framework. I think that's it.